Thank you for joining us this week. My name is Billy Howe and I'm the State Legislative Director for the Texas Farm Bureau. We will be providing weekly updates on issues that are important to agriculture and rural Texas. We hope you will join us every week to find out what's going on at the Capitol in Austin. This is the first week of the legislative session, and the first major thing that the Texas legislature does, particularly in the Texas House, is that they elect a Speaker of the House, and we have a new one, Joe Straus from San Antonio, Texas. Now, for our members and for those who care about agriculture in rural Texas, what this means is that you're going to have a new leadership team leading in the Texas House of Representatives, because Speaker Straus is going to appoint his own chairman and his own leaders to the committees in the Texas House. As far as Texas Farm Bureau's big issue for the session, eminent domain, obviously what this means for us is that we do not know who's going to actually chair the House Land and Resource Management Committee at this point. And that's very important because that's where the eminent domain reform legislation starts its journey through the legislative process.
This is the first week of the session, so everything is sort of getting kicked off. There's a lot of things changing. There's new leadership in the House, so everything's sort of up in the air. As far as eminent domain, they have a pre-filing period before the session even starts, and during that period, a lot of eminent domain bills have been filed. That's very good that there's that interest out there, and that we hope that carries through the session. We are looking at all of those bills to make sure that they have the provisions we need to truly protect property owners. That'll be our challenge coming up. Shepherding the right bills through, or if they don't have all the provisions, making sure they do in the coming session.
Several bills have already been filed dealing with Trans-Texas Corridor, identifying where in the statute that we need to go ahead and repeal those areas of the law that have existed for the project to take place. The biggest difference, however, is that it no longer incorporates the multimodal entities that would include not only the roads, but also mass transit, also freight rail, also the utility easements and such. So Texas Farm Bureau is still very involved with the bills that have already begun to be filed in that. The roads are still going to be built. We're concerned with how that progress is going to go about, how it's going to affect our landowners, how it's going to affect eminent domain, what else we need to know about. Several bills, as I said, have already been filed. They'll continue to be filed. First day of session happened on Tuesday, and so the committees are being still formed. Discussions are still taking place with the commission, with the department, and within the members of the legislature as well.
One thing that's happened this week that's kind of changed the environment in Austin with the speaker election that occurred. Previous speaker, Tom Craddock, was opposed to video lottery terminals at horse tracks. At our last convention, our delegates approved a resolution supporting placing video lottery terminals at horse racetracks so there could be an incentive program for the horse industry in Texas. The new speaker actually has some family connections to the horse racing industry, so it did change the environment there a little bit. There's been a couple of bills filed, nothing of significance yet, but a lot of discussion about some of the issues that are upcoming, some discussion about appraisal reform for appraisal districts as well as the appraisal caps on property. I'll be handling the tax issue this session. There's going to be an effort to make some more funding available for fever tick reduction, or fighting the fever ticks in South Texas. For years we've been fighting them, pushing them back further and further to the south. Over the last 3 years, because of some weather conditions and some funding issues, they've begun to march back towards the north, and we need to get that back under control. So there'll be an effort to get some money in Austin. We did just get some money out of Washington, D.C. Targeted at trying to help with that problem.